Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to discuss about measurement of central tendency. Measurement of central tendency. Now, what is central tendency? Central tendency means central value. Central tendency means central value. Central value is a single value that represents a group of values. Very simple. Central value is a single value that represents a group of values. Example, in your class, you have 50 students or you have 60 students, and there is one particular student known as class representative, which represents the entire group of 50 students, right? The same way, central value is that single value that represents a group of values. So central value means it is a single value that represents a group of values. So, right, that is what is known as central tendency. Central tendency is a central value. And what is central value? It is a single value that represents a group of values. All right? Now, there are three main measures of central tendency. The first one is mean, second one is median, and the third one is mode. So in this video, I'm going to discuss about the first measure of central tendency that is known as mean. Okay? Now, what is mean? Mean is the most simplest measure of central tendency. Mean is the most simplest measure of central tendency. We also call it as arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean. Denoted by vernaculum of x. Denoted by vernaculum of x, or in simple words, you can say x bar. X bar. Now, how to find arithmetic mean? How to find arithmetic mean? We will see to it. Now, this definition of arithmetic mean is that arithmetic mean, it is a number, okay, it is a number which is obtained by adding the values of all the items and then dividing the total by the number of items. That is known as arithmetic mean. Let me repeat. It is defined as the number which is obtained by adding the values of all the items in a series and then dividing the total by the number of items. So arithmetic mean is defined as sum of all the items sum of all the items in a series divided by the number of items. It is what is known as arithmetic mean. We can express it mathematically. If x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, suppose there are 5 given items. In a series, you have 5 given items, namely x1, x2, x3, x4, and x5. Then the arithmetic mean will be given by sum of all the items in this series. It is x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x4 plus x5, and then dividing this total by the number of items, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So divided by 5. It is how we can express it. So in any series, there may be 5 given items, there may be 10 given items, there may be n number of items. Now, if x1, x2, x3, and so on up to xn. This time in this series, you have finitely large items, finitely many items, and you want to find the arithmetic mean of these items of this series. Then here you have n number of items starting from x1 up to xn. Then your arithmetic mean will be given by sum of all the items in this series. It is x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus and so on. You keep on adding up to xn. This will give you the sum of all the items divided by the number of items. That is 1, 2, 3 up to n. So you have n number of items. That is how we can express it mathematically. Okay? Yes. Now, the measurement of this mean can be further studied into 2 broad categories. The first one is arithmetic mean for ungrouped data, and the second one is the arithmetic mean for grouped data. The measurement of mean can be further classified or can be further studied into 2 broad categories. The first one is arithmetic mean for ungrouped data, and the second one is arithmetic mean for grouped data. So we will learn the calculation for arithmetic mean of these 2 types of data. One is ungrouped data, and the second one is grouped data. In ungrouped data, all the items will be listed out one by one individually. Whereas in group data, the items will be given in groups, in 2 groups, in 3 groups, in 5 groups, in 7 groups. But for ungrouped data, all the items will be listed out one by one. But for group data, the items will be given in several groups. Now, how to calculate arithmetic mean for ungrouped data? Very simple. We need not apply different methods for finding the arithmetic mean for ungrouped data. It will just confuse you. We will just strictly follow the definition. That is, for any ungrouped data, the arithmetic mean can be obtained by applying the definition, that is, sum of all the items in the series divided by the number of items. But for group data, we have to use different methods depending upon the range of your data that we will see to it later on. But I'll just highlight you the methods. The first method for finding the arithmetic mean of group data is direct method. Direct method. The second one is assumed mean method. Assumed mean method. And the third one is step deviation method. So these are the three methods of finding the arithmetic mean of group data. When to use direct method, when to use assuming method, or when and how to use the step deviation method. These things we will discuss once we do the numerical problems based on this group data. Okay. Yes. Now we shall first consider the case of this ungrouped data. I'm repeating again. For group data, we can apply these three different methods for finding the arithmetic mean. But for ungrouped data, we strictly follow the definition. Okay. So the arithmetic mean of any ungrouped data will be given by sum of all the items in the series divided by the number of given items. Right? Yes. So if this is clear, then we shall work out with some of the exercise questions. First for ungrouped data, and then for the group data. So your textbook, page 201, question number 1. You have to find the mean of the following data. Question number 1, number 8. Your given series is 9, 7, 11, 13, 2, 4, 5, and 5. Now, what kind of data is this? This kind of data is called ungrouped data, where all the items have been listed out one by one. Okay. Here in this series, we have 8 items, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So here your n is 8 given items. So the arithmetic mean of this ungrouped data will be given by sum of all the items in this series divided by the number of items, which is equal to 8, denoted by small letter n. Sum of all the items, 9 plus 7 plus 11 plus 13 plus 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 5 divided by all together we have 8 items. Now 9 plus 7 plus 11, 13, 2, 4, 5 and 5. If you add these items, it will give you a total of 56. And then we divide it by 8. 8 7 times is 56. So the arithmetic mean of this given series is 7. Are you following that? Yes. Similarly, we can proceed with the remaining questions, with the remaining ungrouped data given in the first question. We have 4 ungrouped data. I will work out with 3 questions. You can try one by yourself. Okay. Now for the second given series, number B, your second given series is 16, 18, 19, 21, 23, 23, 27, 29, 29, and 35. So this given series is also an ungrouped data. We have a series of ungrouped data. The items may be repeated. There is no problem. So all together we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 items, so n is 10. So the arithmetic mean for any ungrouped data will be given by the sum of all the items in the series divided by the number of items. It is 16 plus 18 plus 19 plus 21 plus 23 plus 23 plus 27 plus 29 plus 29 plus 35. Okay. Divided by the number of items, that is 10. Now, as you add these values, 16 plus 18 plus 19 plus 21 plus 23 plus 23 plus 27 plus 29 plus 29 plus 35, then it will give you a total of 240. So divided by 10, 0, 0 cancels out. So your arithmetic mean of this series is 20. Is it alright? Yes, very simple. Now, we shall go for Roman D. Number D of question number 1. In number D, your series is 1, 1 upon 4, 2, 1 upon 2, 5, 1 upon 2, 3, 1 upon 4, and 2, 1 upon. Now, here your given series is ungrouped data, but each of these items is given in mixed fraction. Now, whenever we have a mixed fraction, then it becomes difficult for us to add these items. So what we have to do is these mixed fractions has to be converted either to proper fraction or improper fraction. Now let us see how to convert mixed fraction to proper and improper fraction. Very simple. The first item is 1, 1 upon 4. Very simple. You multiply these two terms and add with this term. Multiply these two terms and add with this term. Multiply these two terms and add with this term. Then it will get converted to corresponding proper or improper fraction. So let us try the first one. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 plus 1, 5. So the numerator will be 5. Denominator is 4. This is your first item, which is improper fraction. Next, 2 times is 4. 4 plus 1. So the numerator will be 5. Denominator is 2. 2 5 times is 10. 10 plus 1, 11. So numerator is 11. Denominator is 2. 3 4 times is 12. 12 plus 1, 13. So the numerator is 13. Denominator is 4. 2 times is 4. 4 plus 1, 5. So the numerator is 5. Denominator is 2. So in this series, we have altogether 5 items. So here your number of items is 5. Now the arithmetic mean will be given by the formula sum of all the items in this series divided by the number of items. So 5 upon 4 plus 5 upon 2 plus 11 upon 2 plus 13 upon 4 plus 5 upon 2 divided by the number of items, that is 5. Now how to solve this fraction? How to add up these fractions? We need to take LCM, which is least common multiple. LCM you have studied since your class 3 for standard. Since then you have been studying what is LCM. So I expect all the students that we can work out with the LCM. Can you? Okay, we'll work out together. Now, the LCM of 4, 2, 2, 4, and 2. The LCM of these numbers will be how much? How much? 4. Are you sure? Okay, 4. So the LCM Oh, it's 4, 2, 2, 4, and 2 is 4. LCM is this common multiple. Okay. Now, how to work out, how to add them up? That is the main concern now. So what we have to do? Just simply LCM. LCM is 4. Now what you have to do? This 4 has to be divided by each of these denominators. Whatever result you obtain, you multiply with their corresponding numerators. That's how we add the fractions. That's how we work out with the problems of LCM. Here the LCM is 4. So this 4 has to be divided with each of these denominators. Whatever you get, it has to be multiplied to their corresponding numerators. Let's see. 4 divided by 4, 1. 1 times 5 is 5. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 2 times 5 is 10. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 2 times 11 is 22. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 1 times 13 is 13. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 2 5 times is 10. Upon? Okay, upon 5. Now what we have here is, if you add these terms, 5 plus 10 plus 22 plus 13 plus 10, this will give you a sum of 60. So 60 upon 4 divided by 5. Now 4, 15 times is 60. So your arithmetic mean is now equal to 15 upon 5. And 60 upon 4 is 15. So 5 3 times is 15. So the arithmetic mean of the given series is 3. The arithmetic mean of the given series is 3. So if this is done, we shall go for the next problem, that is question number 2. So this problem completes the first question, that is question number 1. Now in question number 2, find the mean of first 10 whole numbers. Now what are whole numbers? Question number 2 is to find out the arithmetic mean of first 10 whole numbers. Whole numbers means numbers starting from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, up to infinity are whole numbers. Okay. Yeah. Whole numbers means numbers starting from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and so on up to infinity. There are uncountable number of whole numbers. There are uncountable whole numbers. Is it okay? But we need to find the arithmetic mean of first 10 whole numbers. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we want to find out the arithmetic mean of these 10 whole numbers. So these are your first 10 whole numbers. Okay? Whole number starts from 0. Whole number starts from 0. Okay? Whereas natural number starts from 1. Don't get confused with these whole numbers and natural numbers. Okay? First 10 whole numbers is not from 1 to 10. Whole number starts from 0. So 0 is going to be your first item. 0 is going to be your first item, and 9 is going to be your 10th item. So we have from 0 to 9, we have first 10 whole numbers. Okay. So first 10 whole numbers are these values. These are the values. Now we want to find out the arithmetic mean. So here your number of items is 10. So your arithmetic mean will be given by sum of all the items in this series. That is 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 divided by the number of items, that is 10. Now you can add this up. 0 plus 1 is still 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 4 is 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. 15 plus 6 is 21. 21 plus 7 is 28. 28 plus 8 is 36. 36 plus 9 is 45. So 45 divided by 10, that will give you 4.5 as the arithmetic mean. So the arithmetic mean of first 10 whole numbers is 4.5, which completes your question number 2. Now let us work out with the next problem, that is question number 3. You want to find the arithmetic mean of first 5 prime numbers. First 5 prime numbers. Now class, what are prime numbers? You have different sets of numbers in mathematics and you study all of them in your lower class. Okay. Prime numbers means numbers which are not divisible by any other number except by 1 and itself. That means every prime number must have exactly 2 divisors. That is 1 and itself. I'll give you an example. 7 is a prime number. Why is it a prime number? Because 7 has exactly 2 divisors. There is 1 and itself, that is 7. Only these 2 numbers can divide 7. Apart from that, no other number exists. So if any number has 2 divisors, there is 1 in itself, then it's a prime number. Now can you guess what is the smallest prime number? Can you guess what is the smallest prime number? Oh, you must be thinking it's 1, right? No. But 1 is not a prime number because it has only 1 divisor, that is itself, which is 1. Whereas according to the definition, a prime number must have exactly 2 divisors. Whereas 1, we have only 1 divisor, that is itself 1 only. So 1 is not a prime number, so 2 is the smallest prime number. Okay? So we have to find the arithmetic mean of first 5 prime numbers. So let us list out the first 5 prime numbers. First 5 prime numbers are 2, 3, 5, 7, and 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here your n is 5. We have 5 items in this group, in this series. So the arithmetic mean will be given by sum of all the items in the series, that is 2 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 11 divided by the number of items, that is 5. 2 plus 3, 5, 5 plus 5 is 10, 10 plus 7 is 17, 17 plus 11 is 28. So 28 divided by 5, if we perform this division, 5 times is 25, 5, 6 times is 30. So the arithmetic mean first 5 prime numbers is 5.6. Alright? Okay. Now we shall proceed with the next question. That is question number 4. Question number 4. The mean of the given items 8, 11, 6, 14, x. 8, 11, 6, 14, x, and 13 is 66. All this time, there is a twist in the question. There are some changes given here. The mean of these given items is 66. They have given you that what is the arithmetic mean of the given items? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 given items, and the arithmetic mean of these 6 items is 66. Okay. Find the value of x. You have to find out this missing item x. Missing item x is what you need to determine. Don't worry, just follow the definition. Whenever you have an ungrouped data, we simply follow the definition. So the arithmetic mean will be given by, according to the definition, sum of all the items in the group a plus 11 plus 6 plus 14 plus x plus 13. Sum of the items in the group divided by the number of items, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, it's also given that your arithmetic is 66. X bar is your arithmetic mean, so arithmetic mean is equal to 66. So you write 66 here. X bar is your arithmetic mean, which is 66, so I'm writing 66 over here. Then we have 8 plus 11, 19. 19 plus 6, 25. 25 plus 14, 39. 39 plus 52. And then don't forget to add x. 52. 8 plus 11 is 19. 19 plus 6 is 25. 25 plus 14 is 39. 39 plus 13 is 52. And don't forget to add x. So 52 plus x is not 52x. 52 plus x is 52 plus x only. Okay? Yes. Upon 6. So what we have to do is we simply need to cross multiply. Cross multiplication method. That means 52 plus x times 1 will be 2 plus x, and then which is equal to 6 plus 66, 36, 36, 36, 37, 38, 39. I think I'm writing down the questions correctly, okay? Okay. Now, in order to find x, you have to transpose this 52 to the other side. And since this 52 is a positive quantity, then as you transpose it, it gets converted to negative quantity. So x is 396 minus 52. Now, as you subtract this, 396 minus 52 will give you 443. 344 is what you get. Yes. So your x is 344. So the missing item x is determined to be 344. Okay. So whenever you have an ungrouped data, then in order to find the arithmetic mean, you simply apply the definition, strictly follow the definition that is sum of all the items in the group divided by the number of items. Okay? Yes. Now we shall work out with the problems which is related to group data. For group data, we need to study 3 methods. Those 3 methods are direct method. The second one is assumed mean method. And the third one is step deviation method. So those are the 3 methods. Now, let us see in your textbook, in your exercise, there are very limited questions for group data. The first question that you will find is question number 14. Yeah, question number 14. And the second one will be from question number 15. Question number 12 is also included, okay, because it's to find the arithmetic mean of data, but it's not given in groups and it's not ungrouped data also, so some arrangements have to be done. We'll do it later on. Now, first, question number 14. In question number 14, you want to find out the mean, median, and mode, but we have not introduced about the median and mode. So we shall solve this question for finding the arithmetic mean only. Now, let us draw the table as given in the question. The first column is production yield. The first column is production yield. And the next column is the number of farms. Number of farms. Number of farms. Alright? Production yield are given as 50 to 53, 53 to 56, 56 to 59, 59 to 72, oh no, 59 to 62, 62 to 65, 65 to 68, 68 to 71, 71 to 74, and 74 to 77. The number of farms are given as 3, 8, 14, 30, 36, 28, 16, 10, and 5. Let me check it again. 3, 8, 14, 30, 36, 28, 16, and yes. This time your items are given in groups. The first group of items, 50 to 53. Next group of items, 53 to 56. Next group of items, 56 to 59. Next group of items, 62 to 65. Next group of items, 65 to 68. Items are given in groups. So this kind of observation, we call it as group data. Okay? Yes. And corresponding to each of these groups, there is a number given, which is represented by number of farms, right? Corresponding to each of groups, a number is given. To this group, a number is given. For this group, another number. For this group, another number. For this group, another number. What are these numbers? These numbers denotes the number of times the items of this group has occurred. 50 to 53 is 3. For the first group, 50 to 53, the number of times is 3. What is this number 3? This number 3 gives you the number of times the items of this group has occurred. This number 8 gives you the number of times the items of this group has occurred. This 36 gives you the number of times the items of this group has occurred. Okay? So these numbers are the number of times in which the items of your group has occurred. That we call it as frequency. So these values are nothing new, but that's frequency. Frequency means the number of times the items of that particular group has occurred. So instead of writing number of farms, I can just simply write it as frequency. Frequency is also denoted by a symbol F. But there is also frequency Fi. When I is 1, then we have F1. F1 means first frequency 3. When I is 2, your second frequency, that is 8. When I is 3, your third frequency 14. Okay, in general. Now, the items are given in groups. Each group has limits. Your items are given in groups. In each group, there is lowest item and there is highest item. That we call it as class interval. Whenever items are given in groups, each of those groups are called class interval. So production yield is your class interval here. I'm repeating again, whenever items are given in groups, those groups we call it as class interval. And in every class interval, we have lowest item, we have lowest observation and highest observation. For this group, you see, lowest observation, lowest item is 53, highest item is 56. For this group, lowest item is 62, highest item is 65, and so on. Is it okay? So these groups we call it as class interval. And in class interval, or in any group you can say, just forget about class intervals, just say groups. There are several groups here. In each group we have lowest item and highest item. Is it okay? This lowest item is known as your lower limit, and this highest item is known as your upper limit. Okay? This group has 62 as the lower limit, 65 as the upper limit. This group has 68 as the lower limit and 71 as the upper limit. Alright? Now what we have to do is, we have to find the centermost value, the center value, the middle value of each of these groups. So we call it as mid value. Mid value. Mid value denoted by xi, I suffix. Your first group is 50 to 53. The middlemost item of this group will be 51.5. Now, how do you know that it's 51.5? Very simple. Add these two values divided by 2. Your first group is 50 to 53. The lowest item is 50. The highest item of the group is 53. So you add them divided by 2. That will give you the center value of the group. Okay. Similarly, if you want to find out the center value of this group, you need to add these two values, okay, and then divide it by 2, which you will get it as 54.5. The center value of the next group will be 57.5. The next will be 60.5. The next will be 63.5. The next will be 6.5. The next will be 69.5. The next is 72.5. And last, we have 75.5. Okay, so these are the mid values. Now, whether it is direct method, whether it is assuming method, whether it is step deviation method, these 3 columns are compulsory. Your groups will be given, the items will be given in groups in the question. Number of times your group has, the items of your group has the upper frequency, that will always be given. Finding out the center value of each group is common for all the 3 methods. Okay. Now I'm going to proceed solving this question using direct method. Direct method. What is direct method? Very simple. We will see. what we have to do is we need to multiply the center value to its corresponding frequency. That means we have to multiply Fi and Xi. I'm repeating again. Now the next step is we need to find out the product of the center value of each group to its corresponding frequency. Okay? Just simply understand like this. Multiply each of this center value to their corresponding frequency. So 51.5 times 3. 51, I'm using the calculator because we have no time to keep multiplying all these things in detail. I have multiplied freehand, so I'm just going to write the product directly. I'm repeating again. Each of these mid values or center values has to be multiplied to its corresponding frequency. 51.5 times 3 will give you 154.5. 154.5. Next, 54.5 times 8 will give you 436.0 can be neglected. Next, 57.5 times 14 will give you 805.0. 0 can be neglected. 60.5 times 30 will give you 1850. 0 can be neglected. 63.5 times 36 will give you 2286.0. Actually, 0 can be neglected. So this is done. Multiply this again. 66.5 times 28 will give you 1862. 69.5 times 16 will give you 1112. 72.5 times 10 will give you 725.0. Can be neglected. 75.5 times 5 will give you 377. So the next column was multiply each of the mid values to their corresponding frequency. That's what we have obtained. Now, finally, by direct method, the arithmetic mean will be given by this total value of Fi xi divided by your total frequency. Okay, let me find this total. So here's the find this total. These are your Fi xi. What is this value? First value of Fi xi, second value of Fi xi, third value of Fi xi, fourth value of Fi xi, fifth value of Fi xi. So you find the sum of all these values that will give you total value of Fi xi. Total value of Fi xi. In mathematics, this total can also be replaced by another special symbol, a Greek symbol. We call this symbol as sigma. And we use this sigma for denoting the sum of values. Here we are summing up the values of what? Fi xi. So instead of writing total, it's best if you write this sigma. Sigma Fi xi is adding or summing up the values of Fi xi. Okay? So your mean is equal to the total value of Fi xi divided by the number of items in the group. Number of items of this series. See, this group has occurred 3 times. This group has occurred 8 times. This group has occurred 15 times. This group has occurred 30 times. This group has occurred 36 times. So altogether, how many items are there? Total frequency. Is it okay? Yes. So your total frequency means the number of items in the entire series. It is n. So this total will give you 150. That means altogether you have 150 items of this in this series, in this data. Is it okay? So divided by n. Now, this total is determined to be 9,573. So this total comes out to be 9,573. And this total, this one. Here why n? N means we have learned in the ungrouped data also. N means number of items in the series. Here also see this group has occurred 3 times, this group has occurred this much times, this group has occurred 30 times, this group has occurred 5 times, and so on. So altogether, how many items? 150 items. Okay, so by n. So this method of finding the mean is known as direct method. And why do we choose direct method? No method was prescribed in the question, but still we use direct method. I will tell you why. Just let us solve this. Okay, so if you divide it, then 9,573 divided by 150. So this total, this division or this result is obtained as 63. So the arithmetic mean of this entire data is 63.82. Is it all right? Yes. Now, why do we choose direct method? No method was prescribed for this, but we still chose the direct method. Range. Look at the range. Here, the lowest observation, the lowest item is 50, and the highest item is 77. Lowest item is 50, highest item is 77. Now, range means, R-A-N-G, range means highest item minus lowest item. It is 77 minus 50, which is only 27. Range is only 27, very small. So we use direct method. If the range is very large, beyond 100, 200, 1000, we use more sophisticated method, step deviation method. But if the range lies somewhat like 50, 70, okay, 60, then we use infinite method. Following that? Now the next question, we shall proceed with next question. It is question number 15. To find out the mean of the group data by step deviation method. Or this time the method is also given. You have to do by step deviation method. So let us see what is step deviation method. Step deviation method is just a continuation of this direct method. Okay. Actually, these are all things we have studied in class 10. So let's work out with question number 15. Your question number 15, find the arithmetic mean of the group data by step deviation method. Let me write. Oh, here it's class interval. I told you, right? Whenever items are given in groups, those groups we call it as class interval. Okay. So your class interval, 0 to 11, 11 to 22, 22 to 23, 22 to 33, I'm sorry, 33, 33 to 44, 44 to 55, 55 to 66, and your frequency, directly given frequency, 9, 17, 28, 26. So this is your given question. You have class interval, you have the frequency. Whenever items are given in groups, those groups we call it as class interval. So your first group has occurred 9 times. Your second group has occurred 17 times. The last group has occurred 8 times. So the number of times the items of the group has occurred is known as frequency. Now let us find out the mid value. Mid value means the center value of the group. 0 to 11. What is the center value of this group? 0 to 11. The first group is 0 to 11. What is the center value of this group? How to determine? Very simple. You have these two values divided by 2. Means at the lowest item and the highest item of each group divided by 2. 0 plus 11 is 11. 11 divided by 2 is 5.5. 11 plus 22 is 33. 33 divided by 2 is 33 divided by 2. 2, 1 is 2. 2, 6 times is 12. 2, 5 times is 10. So 16.5. 16.5 next. And this divided by 2. This will come to 27.5. Add this divided by 2. This will give you 38.5. Yeah. Add this values divided by 2. That will give you 49.5. And then this will give you 60.5. That's what I expect. 60.5. Let me just verify once. Okay. Okay, it's correct. Now the next step is to find out deviation. What is deviation? You have so many mid values. There are so many center values. But among all of this, again, which one is the centermost value? You have so many mid values. Center value of first group, center value of second group, center value of third group, center value of fourth group, center value of fifth group, center value of sixth group. You have 6 center values, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But among these again, which one is the middlemost term again? Which one is the centermost out of these centers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 centers, right? We have 6 center values. But among these 6 again, which one of them is the centermost one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 divided by 2, 3. 1, 2. So this is your centermost value. This is the center among the center values. Are you getting that? If 6 center values, you choose the middle one. Is it okay? That we call it as assumed mean. That we call it as assumed mean. That means your mean, your arithmetic mean, will be approximately equal to that value. Like it will be somewhat close to this value. Okay, your arithmetic mean will be somewhat close to this value. It can be a little bit larger than this. It can be a little bit smaller than this. Okay, that is no problem. Okay. Now let's see. So this value is known as your assumed mean. Let me write here assumed mean. Let me write here assumed mean. Assumed mean. Assumed mean. We denote by A, which is 27.5. Your assumed mean is 27.5. Okay. Now next, what we have to do is we have to find out deviation. Deviation. Deviation means how far is this value from this center value? How far is this 16.5 from the center value? How far is this 38.5 from the center value? How far is this 49.5 from the center value? How far is this 60.5 from the center value? That is known as your deviation. So the next thing is we need to find out deviation. Deviation spelling D-E-V-I-A-T-I-O. Deviation sometimes we denote it by DI, sometimes by UI. You can take any of this. Okay. So we have to find out the deviation that we just denote by DI. And the formula for finding the deviation is your mean value minus the assumed mean divided by h. Okay. From where this h comes? What is h? H means the size of the group. H means the size of the group. Your first group is 0 to 11. What is the size? 11 minus 0, 11. Your second group is 11 to 22. What is the size of the group? What is the thickness of the group? What is the width of the group? What is the size of the group? Group size. Or we say step size. Anything that is your h. So 11 minus 0 is 11. 22 minus 11 is also. You see, check the thickness. Check it. 11. 66 minus 55, 11. So this h is known as group size. Group size. Or you can say width of the group. Width of the group. And width of the group here is 11. 11 is the width of the group. Is it okay? Everywhere is the same. So let's find out di. We have the formula now. So let's find out di. How will we find di? Your xi, your first xi is 5.5. Xi, your first xi is 5.5 minus z minus. What is your a? A is your assumed mean, 27.5 upon. As we subtract these two, if you don't know, do you know how to subtract? 27.5 is negative, 5.5 is positive. During subtraction, two decimal values should coincide. So one term is negative, other term is positive. So we subtract them. So 0, we have decimal here, 2, and then we have 2, followed by this negative sign. Okay. So we have minus 22. 0 can be neglected, divided by 11. 11 2 times is 22. So that's minus 2. Okay, that's minus 2. Next one. Your next xi, again, every step we follow this formula. Your next xi is 16.5 minus your assumed mean 27.5 upon h, that is 11. If you subtract this two, you will get minus 11 upon 11. 11 ones are, so minus 1. So this is minus 1. Similarly, if you proceed, you will get this as 0, you will get this as 1, you will get this as 2, you will get this as 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now the next thing is find the product of frequency and the deviation of thing. Find out the product of the frequency and the deviation of thing. Fi is 9. Di is minus 2, 9 minus 2, minus 18. 17 times minus 1, minus 17. 28 times 0 is 0. 26 times 1 is 26. 15 times 2 is 30. 8 times 3 is 24. And then what you do? Very simple. First of all, find the number of given items. Here, how many items are given? We can just simply add them up. Okay, here the number of given items is 103. Let's add them up. 16 plus 8, 24, 24 plus 6, 30, 30 plus 8, 38, 38 plus 5, 43, 3, 4 carry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 103. That is your number of given items, total frequency. Let's find out the sum of FIDM. Let's add the values of FIDM. So summing up values of FIDM. Summing up values of FIDM. 26 plus 24. 50. 50 plus 30. 8. 50 plus 30 is 8. 10, 4, 5, 50 plus 30, 80. These two values, minus 18 minus 17, will give you minus 5, 35. Minus 35. So 80 minus 35, 10 minus 5, 5. 7 minus 3, 4. So this will give you 45 as the result. Now, the last step. If you're done, I'm going to rub this out. So let us find out the arithmetic mean by step deviation method. Arithmetic mean will be given by assumed mean A. Assumed mean A plus the total value of Fi di, total value of Fi di upon total frequency, added with assumed mean, and then multiplied with the group size, and then multiplied with the group size. So this is how you find out the arithmetic mean by step deviation. Assumed mean plus total value of Fi di upon number of items times the group size, which is 11. Assumed mean is 27.8. Total value of Fi di is 45 upon n is 103 times 11. So 27.8 plus. Now let us do this calculation. Then we have 45 times 11. 45 times 11 is 495. 495 divided by 103. Let's do this division, and then we add up with 7.8. So 495 divided by 103. 103, 4 times 4, 3 is 12, 4 zeros are 0, 1, 4 1s are 4. It's here. 3, 9 minus 1, 8 point, and then we have 0. 103, 8 times 8 3s are 24. 8 1s are 8 zeros are 0, so we have 2 in carry, 8 1s are 8. So that is 6. That's enough. That's enough. So 495 divided by 103 gives you 4.8. So if you add them up, 27.8 plus 4.88 plus 8, 16. Carry. 7, 11, 12, 1 carry. So the arithmetic mean of the given group data using step deviation method is 32.6. Is it okay? So there was something new here. Assumed mean was new. Group size was new. Deviation was new. So there were rules to how to determine them. So you just stick to the rules, apply the formula, and everything is Everything will be fine. Is it okay? Yeah. Now we have another question. We have another question from this group data. That is question number 10. Question number 10, there are two parts. The first part is from the given observation, okay, from the given group of data, the arithmetic mean is given, and you have to find out the missing frequency. The second one is to find out the median. So finding out the median, we have not discussed what is median. We shall do that in the next video. But in this video, let me help you how to determine the missing frequency. Question number 10. And this will be the last question for arithmetic mean. Question number 10. Question number 11 is you have an ungrouped data and you have to find out the arithmetic mean of that ungrouped data. Okay, that you can work out by yourself. Now let's see the question, page number 202 plus 12, education textbook, I think. I'm not sure. Page 202, question number 10. The arithmetic mean is 28. Okay, arithmetic mean is 28. Arithmetic mean is x bar. X bar is 28. Find the missing frequency. Okay. Now let's write your class interval. Now everyone knows what is class interval, right? Yes. Group of items. Class interval, group of items. 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60. And then, how many times the items of this group has occurred? Frequency. So your frequencies 12, 18, 27, unknown, 76. Oh, here there is a problem. You do not know how many times the items of this group has occurred. You do not know. We do not know. So let it be X. As we do not know, let it be Y, let it be F, let it be Z. You take any letters that you like, any symbols that you want to. Okay. Or you can write J. Just escape. Okay, let me just take X. Now, we can do this question in different ways. Step deviation method, direct method. Everyone prefers direct method because it's easy. So I'm going to show you this how to work on by direct method. Direct method, you find out the mid value. Mid value is the center value of the group. In each group, you will have one center value. That is known as mid value. 0 to 10 is 5. 10 to 20, center is 50, center is 25, center is 35, center is 45, center is finished. Over. Now you find out Fi times Xi. Each of these center values have to be multiplied with their corresponding frequency. That is Fi Xi. Is it okay? So I'm going to work out with that. Okay. Now, 5 times is 60. 18 times 15. 18 times 15 will give you 270. 270. Now, 25 times 27 will give you 675. X times 35. X into 35. 35x. 35x. 17 times 45 will give you 765. 6 into 55 will give you 330. Now let us calculate the number of items. Altogether, how many items are there? N. Let's calculate. 12 plus 18, 30. 30 plus 27, 57. 57 plus 17, 74. 74 plus 6, 8. And we need to add x along with it. 80 plus x is not 80x. It's 80 plus x only. 80 and x cannot be added. So 80 plus x will simply be 80 plus x. So we have 80 plus x. And then we add up these values. Total value of Fix. Total value of Fix. 60 plus 270. That will be 330. 330 added with 675. 675 added with 765. 765 added with 330 will give you a total of 2,100. So 2,100. 2,100. But we need to add this also, which we have missed out, so plus 35. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gives the sum 2,100, and we need to add 35x. Okay. Now, your arithmetic mean is given by the formula the total value of Fixi upon total frequency or the number of items. Your mean is given as 28. So 28 is equal to your Fixi is 2,100 plus 35x upon n. Your n is 80 plus x. So if you cross multiply, 1 times 2,100 is 2,100 plus 35x. And here you see 28 gets multiplied with 80, 28 gets multiplied with x. 28 times 80 will give you the result 2,240. 8 8 is 64, 4 6 carry, 8 is 16 plus 6. Plus 28 into x, 28x, let us do transposition. 35x plus 28x transpose it as minus 28x. 2,240 minus 2,100. Terms containing x, you arrange it on left side. Term that does not contain x, transpose it to the right side. So 7x is equal to, this is 140. So x will be 140 upon 7, that is 20. So the value of your missing frequency is 20. I hope this thing is clear. So with this question, we wind up our arithmetic mean, and in the next video we shall be discussing about the median and the mode. So thank you. Have a great day.